With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello everyone, let us solve this question. The question says work done by a static friction on an object is. So in this question we have to find the work done by a static friction is positive, negative or 0. So for this let us consider an example. In this example there are two blocks. Let us consider this is the first block and another block is placed over this first block. Let us consider this to be A and B and a force acting on the block B in the right hand side direction, and the surface between the block A and the block B is rough. Since the surface is rough, so a friction force is acting on the block B in the left hand side direction. Let us consider it to be small f, and due to action reaction the same force will act on the block A in the right hand side direction. Now since there is the net force is acting in the right hand side direction, so the system which is A and B will move in the right hand side direction. Let us consider the displacement of the system to be S. Now let us find the work done by the friction force on the block A. Since the friction force on the block A is acting in the right hand side direction and the displacement of the block A, which is S, is also in the right hand side direction. So the work done by friction force will be positive, and the magnitude of work done by friction force is force times displacement. This will be equal to plus Fs. Now work done by friction force on the block B will be equal to, now the block B having a friction force which is acting in the left hand side direction and the displacement of block B, which is S, is in the right hand side direction. So this means the friction force and the displacement are in opposite direction. So the work done by the friction force on the block B will be negative, and the magnitude of the work done will be equal to the force times displacement. This will be equal to minus Fs. Now let us consider this both the block to be a whole single system. Let us consider it to be A plus B. Now this is displaced in the right hand side direction with a displacement S. So the work done by the friction force on the whole system, let us consider it to be F A plus B, which will be equal to work done by friction force on the block A plus work done by friction force on the block B. So this net will be equal to plus Fs plus minus Fs. So the work done by friction force on the whole system will be equal to 0. Now in the options given in the question, but we have find this means that the work done by the friction force can be positive. This means the work done by the friction force can be negative, and this means work done by the friction force can be 0. Now let us see the options given in the question. Now option first says the work done by static friction on an object is positive. Yes, it can be positive. Now it says that it must be negative. So this is not compulsory that the work done by the friction force will always be negative. Now in option third it says that the work done will be must be positive. So it is also not compulsory because it can be positive or negative or 0. So the option A is only the correct answer for this question.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.